My name is Othman Nahas. I was born in Syria originally in 1995, and now I currently live in Istanbul for 4 years now. I'm a performer, so I do stand-up comedy. I also direct children plays with a group called Happy Days Theater. So how I got to Turkey started back in Syria when I was 17 years old. It was 2011, and there was already troubles going on in Syria. And when you turn 18 in Syria, there is a law that if you're a guy, you have to go to the military and do a service for 2 years. But because of the troubles happening at the time, people were going to the military service and just not coming back. And I didn't want to do that. So when I was 17, I decided to go to Egypt. In Egypt, I applied for a university in Belgium for a computer science program. And I stayed in Egypt for about a year or so on. Then I got accepted in the university in Belgium, and I flew to Belgium in 2013. I started there with a preparatory year for Dutch, and I also started doing stand-up comedy. Now, the reason I got into comedy, because since I was like a little kid, even back in Syria, whenever like any situation became uncomfortable to me, I would just make a joke to kind of like break the ice. And then when all these problems happened in Syria with all the war and everything, like the only way for me it was good to deal with was just make jokes about it. So in Belgium, I was talking with a bunch of friends and I was making jokes about the Syrian president actually and the war in Syria. So they're like, this is really funny. Maybe you should do it like in front of a crowd. So I started doing stand-up comedy back in Belgium in 2013, I believe I started. And then my career was going good. Like a few months later, I started getting paid to do comedy, and then I started my university. But then my parents decided that they should come to Istanbul because Syria was just getting too dangerous to live in. And my little brother, who is now 18, was also like about to turn 18, and they didn't want him to go to the military. So they came here to Istanbul. However, when they came here to Istanbul, my parents couldn't find a job to like sustain their living. So they asked me for money, but I was a student in Belgium, I couldn't work. So I decided to contact a school here called American Culture, and I came here and I started teaching English and helping them with to pay the bills and so on. Of course, the transition from Belgium to here was a little bit difficult, but luckily I found a group called The Clap, an improv group. So they do improvisational theater, and it is a very, very fun and varied group, mostly foreigners, English and American, but there's also like people from Pakistan, people from Bosnia, people from Africa even, Botswana. And so it's a very multicultural international group. And then through them, I found my acting job with Happy Days Theater. And so it just kind of snowballed, like a snowball effect happened between one gig, one performance to another. And now currently I have performed in Boğaziçi University, I've performed in Bahçeşehir University, in Beşiktaş Kültür Merkezi. I direct the children plays for Happy Days Theater. I teach drama for children. So basically I'm involved with every kind of performance art here in Istanbul. Like it's very difficult to go to an English-speaking performing event and not find me there, basically. And that's pretty much it.